Kim, a 19-year-old student and a paranormal enthusiast, had always dreamt of exploring the haunted school along Jefferson Road. She invited her friends Craig, Jenny, and Carl on this adventure. And as friends of Kim, they all agreed to join her. Based on the information they had gathered, there were 2 reported ghost sightings in the school, one on the second-floor corridor and the other in the cafeteria. The group hopped onto Craig's car and headed towards the haunted school. They arrived at the school around 8:30 p.m. Upon reaching the school, they managed to enter it through a hole in the fence. Upon entering the school, the party felt an eerie atmosphere, as if someone was watching them in the total darkness. As planned, they headed to explore the second-floor corridor first. While exiting the stairwell to the second-floor corridor, they felt a sudden gust of wind on their faces. Kim suddenly felt the urge to go to the washroom and entered the little girl's room. As she entered the washroom, she felt that something was out of place but couldn't tell what it was. She went into the nearest cubicle and started doing her business. Halfway through, she heard the washroom door open and footsteps walking in. In her mind, Kim was screaming, "Why are you entering the little girl's room?" Craig and Carl finished their task and went outside, and Kim finished what she was doing and went out of the washroom. She gave a questioning look to Craig and Carl, and they looked stunned when Kim exited the washroom. Both of them pointed at the door at the same time, as if to answer Kim's question. Kim turned around and looked at the washroom door, and she realized why she had felt out of place when she was in the washroom. There were urinals in the washroom. Someone or something had switched the signs on the washroom doors. Who would have played such a trick? Then, all of them heard a giggle. Kim spun around, and there, not more than 10 meters away, stood a pale little girl giggling non-stop. "Hello, I'm Lily. Did you like my little trick?" she said while still giggling. Jenny asked, "Is that a ghost?" and Kim started snapping pictures of Lily. As the camera flashed, it seemed to hurt Lily a little. Lily retorted, "You can take pictures, but no flash, please." Then Lily asked, "Would you be my friend? Would you come play with me sometimes?" "Only if you promise not to hurt us," the 4 replied. Carl suddenly asked, "How did you die?" "Well, I was waiting for Grandpa one day. I got bored and tired of waiting, so I decided to play on the 5th floor corridor. Suddenly I thought of something cool to play, so I climbed up the ledge and started walking. I was doing well at first, but a sudden gust of wind made me lose balance. Next thing I knew, I was floating on the 2nd floor corridor. It would seem I had fallen to my death on the 2nd floor corridor balcony. I tried to leave this place, but no matter what I try, I can't seem to get out. I have been playing tricks on people who came to the school at night. But as time goes by, fewer and fewer people come at night. I am so bored. Luckily, after so many years, the 4 of you came," Lily said. Jenny reminded the group they still have the cafeteria to explore, so they told Lily where they were going and that they would be back to see her later. Lily said goodbye with a tinge of sadness in her eyes, and the group made their way to the cafeteria. Upon entering the cafeteria, the group noticed an elderly man sitting in a chair, appearing to be in pain. Concerned, Jenny approached him and inquired if he needed help. As the man looked up, Jenny was startled to see 2 bright, ruby-colored objects where his eyes should have been. The man then spoke in a garbled voice, accusing him of taking his granddaughter and keeping her from him for many years. He threatened that they would pay for their actions, and suddenly the furniture in the room began to lift off the ground and whirl around. Jenny backed away, but the old man hurled a chair at her. She instinctively blocked it with her hands, but the force was so great that she heard a crack and was thrown out of the cafeteria in agony. Meanwhile, another piece of furniture struck Carl's leg, breaking it, and he managed to crawl out of the room. Kim and Craig were unharmed and quickly took Jenny and Carl to the hospital for treatment. After some investigation, it revealed that Lily had been a student at the school before the tragic accident. School records showed that the old ghost haunting the cafeteria was actually Lily's grandfather, who had been there to pick her up that day. He went to the cafeteria to buy snacks for Lily, knowing she liked them, but a commotion arose when a student fell from the 5th floor to the 2nd floor balcony and died from serious injuries. Upon learning that the little girl was Lily, Grandpa Alfred collapsed with a heart attack. Kim and her friends also conducted research online and at the library to find a way to help Lily and her grandpa. They discovered a ritual that could allow ghosts to cross over their restricted boundary and that fulfilling a spirit's final wish was necessary to let them cross over to the other side. Kim and her friends started to prepare for the ritual to send Lily and her grandpa to the other side, but they decided to wait until Jenny and Carl had fully recovered before beginning. As Jenny and Carl were recovering from their injuries, Kim and Craig prepared the necessary items for the ritual, including salt, holy water, and the ritual verse. When the day of the ritual arrived, Kim and the group returned to the school and went to the 2nd floor corridor to find Lily. Kim informed Lily about the upcoming ritual. The ritual began with the sprinkling of salt and holy water around the area while Kim recited the ritual verse. Dark clouds formed in the sky, thunder cracked, and the wind picked up, sending chills down Jenny's spine. It seemed like the end of the world was coming. After 15 minutes, the ritual ended and everything returned to normal. However, Lily appeared much paler than before. After the ritual, she attempted to cross the restricted boundary and was successful. They then brought Lily to the cafeteria. Lily runs excitedly into the cafeteria shouting for her grandfather. Grandpa Alfred is sitting on a chair and upon hearing her cries, he looks up. When he sees Lily running towards him, tears fill his eyes, and he no longer appears to be the glowing figure, but rather an old man yearning to see his granddaughter. Lily jumps to hug her grandpa and expresses how much she has missed him. She then takes her grandpa's hand as they step into the light, and before leaving, she looks back at Kim and her friends, whispering a thank you with a smile on her face and a glimmer in her eyes. Suddenly, Kim felt a spank on her back. "Why did you do that for?" Kim shouted at Craig. Craig then uses his cell phone to take a picture and show it to Kim. On her back were a little girl's handprint and the words on her t-shirt was "Spank me." Guess Lily still have a little fun before she goes.